What's going on, everyone? It's Kevin from Pools Incorporated, your licensed swimming pool contractor, and we're back with another banger. That's right, another fucking banger. You know, we're switching things up again, as always. We're gonna switch it up. Don't get worried. We're in the house. It's a little hot outside. I've been working all day. We're hanging out by the computer so we could get information to relay back to you guys. We're going to talk about the housing market. We're going to talk about, the bond market, the stock market, the shopping market, the fish market. Nah, but for reals though, I was recently pre-approved from our home lender with my wife. We've been working on our careers and our income and things of that nature, and so we finally got pre-approved, right, and hit like max approval is what they said was like $525,000. And so it's like really exciting at first, right, because we had been working for so many years to get to this point. I couldn't even believe we got pre-qualified. Being a business owner and all that stuff, it's complicated. It makes things complicated. It's not an easy task, but I don't know, people make it look easy, but it wasn't easy. And it took years and a lot of planning, and it was like, we had the horse blinders on, and look, I feel like I didn't do anything but work and sleep for 5 years. Anyways, so we're looking at houses and all that stuff, and my wife's looking at houses, and it's like, man, fucking crazy, dude, how expensive everything is. You look at these houses, and it's like nothing looks good for under $500,000, right? And it's like we got a pretty nice rental property in the beautiful city of Desert Hot Springs, and we've been here for 6 years now, and it's been nice. This town's been good to us, and a lot of good things have happened in this house. A lot of good transitions, a lot of good, step up the ladders, if you will, a lot of good steps up the ladder. And so Jerome Powell is under pressure. And I'm like in a position to buy, right? But just because I got approved for $525,000 doesn't mean I can afford a mortgage payment for $525,000. My wife works in La Quinta. She is employed with Desert Sands Unified School District and works on that side of the Coachella Valley. And I work on this side of the Coachella Valley and up in the high desert. And, and the kids go to school down the hill in Palm Springs. And we've got like this really good thing going on. And I just can't see myself, number one, moving so far away from my job. And number two, switching up the kids' schools and all that. And number three, paying $4,000 a month mortgage payment to live in the fucking La Quinta Cove. Man, it's home, it's nice, but You know, it just, I don't want to ruin my life. And I don't want to ruin my kids' lives. And I don't want to ruin all the great progress that's happened in this not so great city. But in my opinion, it is a great city, dude. You know, Desert Hot Springs, California, that's where I live. It's extremely affordable, and I'd recommend living in this city to anyone. And you know, and I did grow up in the La Quinta Cove, and there is I miss the Cove and stuff like that, and there is such a nice ambiance. I think I said that correctly. To the La Quinta Cove and what it provides, and it's a nice place, dude. But you know, just don't know if it's the right move. So we've fluttered the idea of making an offer on the house that we've been renting, that I'm currently recording this video in for the past 6 years. I kind of mentioned it last time I spoke with the homeowner, and they've got a few other properties that they rent out and stuff like that, and I just thought, maybe we could offer, $350,000. I think my lender mentioned like 400, but my neighbor was like, nah, fuck that, 350. Right? So now me and my wife are like kind of contemplating, making an offer for 350,000. And it goes back to the interest rates, man, and the stock market, and there's so many foreclosures that are under first-time homebuyer loans, FHA, that haven't even been exposed. And so I think I don't know if it was like September, all kinds of shit's coming up that is going to make a lot of volatility in the markets. And but it's just going to, where's Jerome Powell going to go, man? Is he going to lower the rates? If he lowers the rates, it's going to spike a big boom in housing purchases, right? Because the rates are gone down, and everyone's going to think, oh, here we go again. Told you. I knew it, And it's just crazy to think that Trump wants to lower them. I thought he would want to raise them. I thought we would have a market crash across the board already by now. I knew it was going to be a bad summer, but man, I didn't know it would drag along this far. And I'm just trying to figure out what my best move is. Do I stretch myself out and pay a $4,000 a month mortgage and purchase a $500,000 home and go for the nicer city and the better schools, Palm Desert schools, and or do I try to buy this house? Do I just continue to rent? I've got a cheap rent here. And, I don't have to do anything. I could just sit and pay my fucking rent and not do a goddamn thing. But, I can't do anything. That's what sucks. I can't go buy a new truck. I can't fucking do anything, dude. You can't charge up credit cards. Can't buy anything. Because, your credit, you're waiting to see what's going on, and you don't want things to change, and you want to be able to pull the trigger if you see something you like, or if you feel like there's an opportunity that suits you. And it's fucking stressful, man. Just trying to figure out what the fuck to do is stressful. And I talked to my wife, and she's just like, she don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. you know, and my lender and real estate guy, he's really nice. I thought he'd be shoving fucking houses down my throat. and I haven't heard from him. He's just kind of chilling. If we text him, he responds, but he's not pushing for anything. It's kind of cool, man. I'm like, all right, this is not so bad, you know. Like, I thought I'd be under a lot more pressure, and so. But what if rates go up? You know, so I'm thinking maybe make an offer on this house for $350K at the rates that we're at now, because historically 8% is not bad across the board, right? Trying to do Donald Trump imitations with my hands. But so 8%, 350,000. My buddy just did that deal in the La Quinta Cove. His mortgage is like $2,900 a month. That puts me at like $1,000 more a month than what I'm paying now for my mortgage. You know, so $350 at 8%. Maybe we could buy down the rate a little bit, and then, you know, then I'd be locked in. I wouldn't have to worry about, you know, the rent, my landlord, you know, the homeowner raising the rent or getting kicked out and having to go pay inflated rents. Fuck. You know, and then being under pressure, looking for a spot. You just fucking snag anything just to fucking put a roof over your head and get the fuck out. I don't want to be in that position, man. So that kind of makes me want to buy right now this house because it's the cheapest option. And it kind of like gives a lot of like added safety, right? Like with not being kicked out or your rent being randomly raised, like you're locked in at a certain rate, right? So I think that's a cool idea. But I mean, jumping on board with a house for $525,000, God knows what the mortgage payment will be. It's fucking insane, man. I'm kind of hoping rates go up. A couple months ago, I called a 1% rate hike. Jerome Powell's going out with the fucking bang. He ain't fucking, you know, bowing down to Trump, dude. Jerome Powell, he's fucking, you know, it's either he's gonna raise rates or he ain't gonna do shit again. And they're like, oh, the economy's strong enough and unemployment is fucking not that bad. And so we could afford to just sit around and watch the show. And Donald Trump is fucking kicking the can down the road with the goddamn tariffs, right? And so it's like Jerome Powell's like, oh, the tariffs. And Donald Trump's like, oh, the rates. And Jerome Powell's like, oh, the tariffs. And Donald Trump's like, oh, the rates. And it's like, okay, yeah, let's lower rates so we could save $800 billion on national debt payments. And, you know, and then the fucking economy sucks balls, dude. I'm doing Airbnbs up in Joshua Tree. And over the past 12 months, I've gone from almost 70 properties down to like 40 properties, you know, like 45 properties or something like that. I've done a lot of fine tuning, you know. I was telling my bookkeeper, getting rid of, you know, lower end Airbnbs and focusing all my time on the higher end Airbnbs. So that way I could just kind of like stay in the game, you know what I mean? Like, just focus everything on what's fucking still in business, what's renting out. And like, I mean, man, dude, some of these properties up there are just fucking vacant, dude. It's a ghost town, dude. I know it's the slowest months of the year, but I mean, I don't think it's any secret that we're in an Airbnb fucking apocalypse, dude. And I'm boots on the fucking ground. Watch this shit happen, dude. I started my first fucking pool up in Joshua Tree in March of 2021. And I mean, I had to give my pools away in the low desert because my business was growing so fast. And I mean, it was fucking crazy, dude. OnlyFans, fucking filming at the houses, and I mean, just the shit that I saw over the years. I mean, it's just been the best fucking part of my pool career has been these past years working up in Joshua Tree, being a licensed contractor, working for multiple management companies, and just seeing all the different properties and just everything, making the good coin because people, there was so much demand for work and so little availability of vendors and people that were reliable and trustworthy. And so, being licensed, bonded, and insured, and just like, look, man, I went all in, dude. I bought the Power Wagon. I bought the 2024 Ram Power Wagon, dude. And I've been bombing that fucking thing up and down dirt roads for 60,000 fucking miles. I got 60,000 miles of fucking cleaning pools in a goddamn Power Wagon, baby, in Joshua Tree. That is fucking amazing, dude. I mean, fuck, dude. Fuck, it's been fucking amazing up there. Just the views, everything. It's such a special place, and to see it go like this. I mean, it's like a fucking, here's the up and here's the fucking down. And like 12 months, I feel like I'm right here, right? And we still, like, how much further down are we going to go? Are the multi-million-dollar properties, the best of the best, is what I got. Are they going to fucking kick the can, What I have been noticing is they'll sell and someone else will buy it, and keep it going. But the dynamic of the people that are coming to these Airbnbs have completely changed. It went from sophisticated, very rich and elegant and nice cars, and just really fucking nice shit, right? Nice, good looking people, right? And now it's just like fucking a frat party, dude, with fucking Honda Civics and goddamn fucking Kia fucking Sportages, and there's like 6 cars, 8 cars, there's a gang of fucking people. And I mean, it's just like, we went from wine bottles to fucking Busch Light, dude. I found 27 or 29 empty beer cans in a infinity trough at one of my Airbnbs, dude. And this pool was so fucking annihilated and bombed out. I mean, literally, and the dogs, dude. People fucking rent Airbnbs to let their dogs swim, dude. It's fucking gross. You show up and it smells like fucking wet dog, like the water, and you have to like splash fucking chlorine everywhere like a madman just to get rid of the smell, dude. Like, it's just nasty. I mean, fuck, dude, And so it's like, like everything's fucked up, man. Like the economy sucks. Like the housing market sucks. Like fucking stock market, dude, is like, I was doing some research yesterday, and in 2008, the stock market dropped 1,800 points, the S&P 500. And You know, I was watching the stocks. Like the 6-month chart on the S&P 500, when it went down like 1,000 points. I think it dropped 1,000 points in March. And so, you know, I just started recently, like over the past year, like watching the stock market. You know, I've got a bunch of YouTubers that I follow that, you know, economics. I can't say the fucking word, but, you know, people that talk about the economy and stuff like that. And I think one was a true value tax, and, you know, and then, you know, real estate people. And so I just like watch all these videos and try to gather as much information as I can, and watch the stock market and the bond market and all that, and the price of gold and silver, and try to figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do with my life. And it's not like when you're younger and you just didn't give a fuck and you're just like, yeah, it's fucking Thursday. it's fucking, you know, like, now I'm like, yeah, it's Thursday, and we gotta figure out what the fuck we're doing on Friday, and the fuck we're gonna do with our lives the next 6 months and a year. And this is some albondigas that I bought in a can from the grocery store. And I've been eating this shit for years. It's really good. Forget what it's called. I will not post a link down below telling you what kind of albondigas soup this is. Go to Stater Brothers, where all the fucking cans are. I think it's next to the enchilada sauce. And they have cans of pozole and cans of fucking albondigas. You just get the fucking can opener and heat that shit up. It's like having a fucking Mexican wife in a can. You know, like, oh shit. Never mind. I'm just saying, it's fucking good. It's like homemade Mexican albondigas is what I'm trying to say. It's very good. Very good. My wife can't make this shit, so that's all I was trying to say. Anyways, man, so yeah, dude, comment down below. You know, tell me your thoughts. What's your pre-approval, huh? You know, how many years have you been fucking working to get a fucking pre-approval for a stupid house? Fucking houses, dude. If I had it my way, I'll go buy a fucking brand new truck. $130,000. Fuck it. You know? Fucking rack up the credit cards and shit, dog. Just live life, baby. Let's go. Fuck fucking paying shit off and all that bullshit. We're gonna fucking die tomorrow, man. What the fuck are we gonna pay off, dude? I could die tomorrow. What if I die tomorrow? I'm wasting my life working hard. I'm gonna fucking die. Then I could have been having fun, you know? Instead of working hard and fucking all that bullshit, dude. I could have been big chilling, just fucking kicking it, partying, and because I'm gonna die. Like, share, subscribe. Hit the bell notification. Share this video on all social media platforms. All your friends and family. I need to know what you guys are gonna do. Who else is trying to figure out what they're going to do with their life. You know? I got these meetings with my bookkeeper once a month, and we go over my profit and loss statements, and I got weekly payroll and payroll taxes, and and it's like trying to bump up my payroll to prove more income, and I'm thinking I'm gonna owe some taxes at the end of this year because the house is not a tax write-off for a pool company. I could write off the square footage of my office. Write this off right here, this area. It's a write-off. This is my computer. We're gonna write this area, this big old, this circle right here. Look at, I'm gonna go like, woo! This is a write-off area. Write-off. Write-off. Write-off area. We're writing this area off. What's this, how much is this area gonna save me in taxes? But no, seriously, like, I haven't bought, all these past years, I've been buying shit. I bought a truck and bought a little trailer, and, and then your first couple years as a corporation, you can file losses and all that shit. But I think from the P&Ls that I got last month, we're in the positives, $5,000 on 20 grand, which is good. I want to see it even higher than that. I'd like to see it at 50%, like fucking, I make 20 grand and like fucking, it shows that I made 10 grand, and just kind of figure things out down the road, but like I said, I already got approved for $500,000 and I can't even afford a mortgage payment on that. So, fuck would it matter if I get my income up even higher than what it is now? It wouldn't matter because I can't afford that shit. I got to figure out how to make more money. Got to figure out how to get a goddamn employee. I got to get on the Mike Andy's turnaround show, but instead of a turnaround, it's going to be a turn up. Where, he just puts me on his channel and he's like, what's up? This is Pools Inc. Motherfucker's badass. Does $200K a year all by his fucking self. No employees. And, we're going to get this guy like a loan for like $100,000 and get him trucks and employees. And nah. I don't know, man. I got to figure out where I'm going with my pool business and all that stuff. I'd like to have just one guy, a good guy, just one guy, and put him in a super fucking nice truck, dude. Like, badass fucking service truck, dude, with all the nice fucking tools, all brand new Harbor Freight tools. Nice tool bags, all fucking loaded down. Everything he needs to just be me, in a sense, right? Just in a sense where, he can, if they're willing, whoever's in the fucking truck, if they're willing to apply themselves, the tools are there and the jobs will be there too, and just try to, find a way to afford, fuck, dude, they'll probably be better than me. Yeah. I don't know. Just doing your own thing, it keeps a lot of problems. People, oh yeah, here we go. People always say like fear holds you back from like stepping up the ladder, right? Like I've never had employees. Like, oh, I'm scared. Well, fuck yeah, I'm scared. Think I'm gonna fucking risk everything I've done just to get more money? Like, to be greedy? Not greedy. Like, oh, it's more time with your family, and it's blah blah blah. But it's like, how much money do we really need in life? How much materialistic items do we need? How much money, how much work is healthy, how much work is not healthy, right? Everything's a fucking balance, and everyone is trying to figure out how to make all this money without working. All these people with employees, they don't fucking work. I'm not talking shit like if you got employees, you ain't working and shit, but man, I ain't trying to get an employee so I could not work. You know, I just wish I could have a goddamn day off and my business not fall apart because of it, you know? Or I could have a day off and I'm not ignoring service calls because I'm taking a Sunday off, you know? I fucking answer service calls every fucking Saturday and Sunday in Joshua Tree for these goddamn failing Airbnbs, dude, you know? This guy was doing new construction builds in Joshua Tree and he hired me, and he had a property that I was already taking care of through a management company, and he stiffed me on $485. He complained about the location of my filter cleaning and the necessity of the cleaning and all this shit. And it was like, bro, I'm thinking in my head, like, what I wanted to say to him on the phone was like, you fucking me out of $485 is not gonna save your failing Airbnb portfolio. That's what I'm thinking. You know, I mean, they're paying $1,000 a week in the winter time to keep the propane tank full for the pool heat. And I don't think what they're charging for pool heat is enough to cover the cost. These properties are in the negatives every month, but they can't sell the properties. They're trapped in the fucking properties, dude. You know, my bookkeeper says, oh, losses are good. You know, losses are good. It's like, yeah, it's good, but like, goes back to how far down are we gonna go? You know, are these multi-million-dollar Airbnbs even paying the mortgage, dude? You know, are some of these, is there gonna be a massive wave of foreclosures? Because if you have to continue to rent to get as much revenue as you can to help pay the bills, but you're not turning a profit and you're in the negatives. The properties are in the negatives on a monthly basis, and now I have to get approvals for, you know, filter cleanings, things as simple as a filter cleaning, and it's just like this hypersensitive fucking aroma in the air, and I'm just trying to figure out, like, if I gotta get out and go back down the hill. So I already started trying to pick up some pools down the hill, which I've been doing that for 12 months already anyways. So that's kind of good that transition has started. I'm trying to do like 3 days a week in the high desert and like 2 days a week down in the low desert, and try to find a better balance and not be 100% reliant on failing Airbnbs to pay my bills and keep a roof over my head, and try to pick up some properties down in the low desert that are HOA communities with 1-year contracts, and actually put my contractor, my contractor's license to use. Right there, baby. Contractor State License Board. C61, D35 for pool and spa maintenance, motherfuckers. And C61, D38 for sandblasting with high pressure abrasive material. Anyways, man, it's been a crazy ride. No regrets. Just trying to figure out what to do. We're at the 35-minute mark. I wanted to do a nice 30-minute video. I'm a little nervous to post this because I've just been rambling for 30 minutes straight. But it's going to be easy. There's not going to be any editing or anything like that. We didn't really get into specifics on any markets or anything like that. I'm not as smart as I sound. So bear with me as I continue to make videos and continue my career as a content creator. Hopefully I get better and get some notes and things of that nature and some statistics and numbers and something to look at while I'm recording my video and get some good content that's worth watching. Anyways, man, my name's Kevin. I'm a licensed swimming pool contractor. This is Pools Inc. TV. Like, share, subscribe, comment down below, hit the bell notification, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.